I think that he means something else, because I think that if you're teaching acceptance, you are like being straight going through school is absolutely horrible, because every single like experience is catered towards straight people. Like every movie, song, show, dance, king, queen, like uh cheerleading, and all these things are geared towards
I agree.
like
And
a set.
I don't think that, but I don't, I'm not sitting here saying that that is right. I'm talking more along like because you brought up the trans stuff, and I think that
Yeah.
is a big issue for a lot of people because they say it in horrible ways, which I don't agree with the way that they're saying it. But my dad, like I said, that's what he was talking about. Not in terms of like, I think there should be way more like open and equal things in terms of school, everything with like not everything has to be straight.
Yeah. And I'm not even just saying that. I'm just saying
But my dad was
just
talking about more so
accept it.
the trans like they're instead of teaching them what that is at a younger age, because I do think that would be confusing,
Yeah.
to just teach people to be accepting of others and how they represent
They don't
themselves.
need to explain it, but if
But I
like a
think they
trans person
have
wants to come
gone
speak,
I think they have
like,
gone a little too in detail with it, and that's what set people on fire.
well, in
Because
high
they're
school, sure.
well, I'm not saying in high, I am saying before high school, because there were even things about like middle schools bringing it up, and me in middle school, I didn't even know who the fuck I was. I had no idea who I was.
I
I
mean, I
like
knew that I was gay, and that's like,
right, and but I understand that, but I also there aren't that's not the average, like not everybody knows. You know what I mean? So just because you knew, I didn't know what the fuck I didn't know who I was.
people that like, if you're like,
But can you understand
people
where I'm
do
coming from? Instead of like telling them everything about like the
yes, no, of
transitioning
course,
aspect, just explain that
explain
you
the
can be different and it is okay, and to
yeah,
just be a respectful person. I think that's what we need to
exactly.
teach more so than like this is what you could do in the future if you choose to. Because to me, that would if that
I
were
don't
me
even
back
think say
then,
that. I don't even think you need to say that. That
right?
because you don't like,
No,
you just need to
exactly,
learn about the basic sexual organs, and that's it. That's all you need to learn. You don't need
right.
to learn any other things. But
That's what I think. So we agree on that. That's what I think a
yes,
lot of people are thinking, that like every Republican or every person is like hateful in that degree, and I genuinely don't think they are. I think it is just there. You hear about every extreme, right, on each
like
side.
seeing a pregnancy in 8th grade, I think should be
Not
uh,
right, right.
no.
You
I think
shouldn't
that
see it.
should be mandatory.
Seeing
Like
a pregnancy or a birth.
a birth, because
But
I saw an
even
eighth grade.
even in high school, they gave us the option for it.
Like I think it should be mandatory, because nobody understands what it truly is. Like
Well, no,
these
I think, call me
when
crazy.
I say uneducated,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Well, and I agree that there should be abortion to a certain point, but I think once again, it is lack of education in safe sex and what all goes into having a baby and engaging in sex, because at the same time I think people have forgotten that if you fuck someone you can get them pregnant, and it could happen even if you use a condom. I think that kind of went out the window. Cuz a lot of people are like,
Like
"Oh, well, like or I pulled out, or like people do that. We know people who do that stupid shit where they're like, oh, I can't get pregnant because of this, and then it ends up happening, and then they are like, oh, well, shit.
yeah, and
And I
then
think
also
it's
I
so
explain.
important that we just need to educate people. Education is such a big thing, and I think that's what it all lies down to. Genuinely, I genuinely wholeheartedly think on both sides are looking for education, but education not in like the overbearing like type of way. You know,
Yeah,
like because you're not. There are going to be people who are very uncomfortable with certain conversations. There are going to be people who
yeah,
are
but
feeling all types of
it,
different
it
ways.
shouldn't be uncomfortable, and also like
But
abortion
I think
should
when
be an
you
explained thing. Like
right.
I watched a debate with a guy. He was in line like at a place, a voting poll, and he was asking the guy. He's like, "Yeah, are you voting yes or no on abortion?" He's like, "No," because it says that it could go up to like 18 weeks or something, and he's like, that's almost 6 months."
Okay, well,
And they're
he's
like,
just
"Do
fucking
you
stupid.
know?" Like,
You don't know basic math.
but explaining that and having them see this, learn that having an abortion at 20 weeks, sure, it may not follow your religious beliefs or whatever, but for someone, also, you can't control anybody. Like, that should be number one. But two,
But I also
like,
think there should
anybody
be
should have the right.
But
There should be.
yes.
Nobody's getting a 34-term abortion unless the mother is literally going to die or they know the baby is going to come out severely
Well,
fucked.
well, but like I said, the thing is that there are like like I said, on both sides it happens. You hear like the random cases or certain things that happen that make everybody uproar. And it happens on both ends. I mean, Democrat, Republican, you hear everything all the fucking time of certain things being brought up, and everybody sticks to that one narrative instead of it being, like I said, that's why I try and pride myself in researching both ends. I watch,
Because nobody is using that. Nobody is using abortions as birth control. Because the many times that I've talked to people, I actually talked to somebody.
I have met a girl.
Had 2 abortions.
I've met a girl who said, well, worst case, I'll just get an abortion. And she said it to me numerous times, and she's had like 7 of them. So there are people who are doing that because it's like the early abortion. So it's just taking the pill.
Yes,
but I've also
not
heard that is, yes, it is, because you still go through the whole contraceptive. Like, no, it's a whole. No, your body. No. You can take that up to like 12 weeks, and your body goes into full blown labor to get that out of you. I'm not kidding. I don't even know if it's 12 weeks. I don't know when is the breaking point of that. But there is a pill that you literally take. You take 2 of them. Because I learned about it from literally this one girl.
Yeah, you take it.
And you take it like the day of, and then one like a couple hours, like 12 hours later or something. And you take 2 pills, and it sends your body into full-blown labor to get that baby out of you. But it's not a baby at that point. But your body is still feeling like it is a baby.
The girl at the election party, she got that done. She had 2 pills.
Hi, Lime. Sorry, guys. We got into somebody talked about politics in chat, so now we're talking.
Not blood. Like, sat down and peed, and the fetus came out.
Yeah.
And not fetus. It was just. She said she saw it, like it was just 2 black specks, but those were its eyes, and she's like, ew. And I was like,
see, that would scar me to death. That would scar me to death.
Also, like, you know what it is. You know what's happening. You know it's only X amount of weeks along. Like, it's... I just think to not give that right to anybody else because...
But I don't think that's what is... So what I know is most people that I know that are Republican are not saying absolutely none. The reason you're seeing the absolute none is usually in the Bible Belt, and that is really based off religion. And you cannot fault people who get to vote in their state for having their religious beliefs. You cannot fault them in that. I'm sorry. You can't. No, and if you live in the Bible Belt, most people grow up in believing in that stuff as well. So I don't think you can fault some, but you can also like, this is where it gets to a sticky point for me because I truly believe you cannot fault anybody. What?
In Ethiopia, Ethiopia, they had a tradition where they would kill another tribe member in order to get a tattoo. And just like 10 years ago, they stopped doing it. So now, that was their tradition for centuries.
Right, but that's a tradition?
Religion is just a tradition, because it doesn't have to be practiced by anybody in order to do anything.
I don't know, Catholicism and everything has been around for so long,
Yeah, but Catholicism also is not the only religion.
Well, exactly, but I was gonna say, do you fault people who... like believe in...
I fault like Middle Eastern countries who like shun women for trying to like go get an education? Yeah, I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Do I agree with it? No, but I at the same time, that's not my religion. So I can't, like, the way I view it personally when it comes to the religious aspect is I don't have to agree with it. But I also am not a part of that religion, so how
somebody else.
What do you mean?
In regards to anything. If two...
I mean, but I like I said, I think I think it
If
speaks
people wanna get married,
volumes.
I don't care.
No, but I don't either. Like that. But that's what I'm trying to say. Is like. Oh, I don't know.
I know what you're getting at. I'm not directing this towards you. I'm directing it, making it like people have their own about it more so.
There are people who are very like one-sided, very off the fucking like beaten path when it comes to like the average. But I also, I don't know. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to literally anything and have a conversation. And then if the conversation is a shit one, then I can build my actual opinion. But I feel like that's not the case anymore. It's just shun. Shun, shun, shun. You don't agree with me? Fuck you. And I don't like that, because there's a good thing to having difference of opinions. Oh my god. I should not have done that. I was not. Ooh-wee.
I can't fucking get up.
I don't know how much pills you take over there. You take a pill.
Fucking bitch.
You do so your eggs don't work for a period.
Right now.
The pill is a very widespread thing. There's very many different types of pills. Over here, there's very many different types of birth control. Part of me believes that the pills that shut off your whole menstrual cycle are not healthy. And I have a feeling that's going to come out, that it's not healthy at all.
But neither is having a baby.
What do you mean?
I don't think having a baby is healthy.
I mean, but it's like...
Sure, it's natural.
I hate to say it,
Black
it is...
widows eat their husbands because it's natural.
But I hate to say it, but it's like the way the women's body is created. It makes me nervous that you are supposed to shed a lining every month. And you're not. So where does it go? Is the thing. That's what makes me nervous. I'm like, where's it going?
Bench. No.
Truly, where does the bad shit go?
50 seconds.
Last guy, TV room. That's where bombs are down.
Where the fuck is that bomb?
You're like me right there. No, I'm going for bomb Trent. Oh.
He said it once.
Snaps.
He's right there,
You
Dev.
can grab bomb, go ahead.
I have both my earbuds in. Honey, my earbud in. Ooh.
I doubt he's here.
She's going live.
He might come from spawn. I don't know.
I hate holding here, but why am I doing it? I don't know. You're so open to every fucking avenue. That's fun.
That scared the fuck out
I
of me.
almost just peed my pants.
The fucking
I'm not gonna
spider.
lie. God almost made me piss my pants. Stop moving gay rights business is absurd. No, because Nolan did he clarified that gay rights include trans rights, and there are certain things that were put.
Trans rights, they're gonna
But it's not. But then so far it's not anything to do with trans rights. It's in terms of putting it into like the educational area.
Exactly. But that's gonna turn into non-discriminatory laws because that's easily reversible.
Well, but I don't. My thing is.
So transgender is gonna fall under the category of sexual orientation. That's what I mean. But
One cat.
right now, I can try to go get a loan if they deny me because I'm gay. Then I could sue or try to buy a house or car or job or anything. Mainly job. Ah, fuck! What the fuck?
So
He's
blind.
in there?
Apparently. Oh my god. I have to pee so bad after that fucking jump scare. Holy shit, did that make me have to pee?
So, no, it's not.
So low. It's going back to jungle.
This is fucked.
Second window.
Try to make your way back.
God, I bit my lip so fucking hard for a second. Ow.
Got it down.
I can see it out. Like I said, chat, I think it is truly a great thing that there is able to be discussion here, because I will never shit on Nolan or his beliefs, and I also think that he has the respect where he's not going to shit on me. You can have difference of opinions, but at least be open to having conversations with people. Because I think it really does do you well in life.
About a gay dude living in Pennsylvania for us. I mean, I don't really care. Honestly, it won't. Nothing that he does will ever affect me. Because one, I don't see myself getting married. Two, I'm never gonna be poor. Three, I'm perfectly educated. So, and I can get a job doing anything. I'm not concerned about me.
I think
I'm voting for people that are less than and have less of a chance of succeeding in life.
How many times did he shoot me? Fucking 5 million?
So the fact that he voted red.
Joe, did you resub?
2 A, 1 jungle.
Why did it not pop up? Share your sub.
Oh, this man.
No, but I hope everybody in this chat will give Nolan the exact same respect that you would give anybody else who decides to freaking have a conversation like this, because it is, I mean, politics, a lot of people don't like to talk about it. And like I said, it is so, like, I hope you guys understand the value of being able to have a conversation, disagree, but also be open to the idea that your opinion is not always the fucking right one.
And also, too, like, am I happy that Trump got elected? No, definitely not. But will I benefit off of it? Yes. And will I appreciate that? Yes, because I've already benefited off of it. So
well,
like,
I hate to say it, from what I've heard, this is from the Hassan conversations that I've heard, because I watch Hassan, because he has obviously different views than me, and I think it's entertaining to, like, hear so much about, like, a different aspect that I don't hear about, because, I mean, but apparently a lot of Democrats were not happy with Kamala.
No, because some of the Democrats have
They called her a diet Republican, from what I heard.
Yeah, but that was based on, like, her California stuff, like, when she was, like, Attorney General and all that.
But also that I guess she wanted to have Republicans in her.
Which is perfectly fine. You should have good parties if they can, if you know their, like, history of voting
Up,
efforts and if they're
CT.
aligned with you. Otherwise, you're just gonna go into fucking stalemate all the time, and that's just not fun.
CT. Window.
Joe, you have to refresh and then share it. Democrats killed the squirrel? No, I don't think that's. Everybody's focused on the fucking squirrel. It's your opinion. Like I said, my whole thing with having the political talks on stream have been to show people that you can have conversations, disagree, but also kind of find, like, a common ground. Like, Nolan and I found a common ground on a couple things. Like, the educational system in terms of discussing things and stuff like that. I think a lot of shit boils down to how dog shit our education is nowadays.
Because there aren't rules on it right now, so that's like we don't care.
But there's also not a baseline.
We don't want to have a blanket just over everything saying no to everything because.
But even just education in general, there's no baseline to education. None. Even Kelsey is talking about it, how she's scared about Hayes growing up in Oklahoma because of how bad the education system is. There's no baseline or no, like, trying to improve education systems in anywhere.
And honestly,
it's sad.
It's not meant to be, like, derogatory anyway, but I just feel like places that are more red-leaning think that the way that they grew up is good enough. Or, not more red-leaning, like, they don't see the need to be...
Jungle, and I can't fucking hit him. Oh, and a fucking shotgun ramp.
And a ramp?
Yeah.
Lower.
He's a little bitch. He was sitting in a little corner. I didn't see this gaming community are ready for that conversation. I think that's sad that you can't have a conversation about shit that impacts your everyday life.
Scout. Last one, Scout.
Nice.
Sans far left. Like I said, I pride myself in literally looking into every single fucking different avenue when it comes to politics. I don't just base my opinion off my parents. I don't base my opinion off my friends. I don't base my opinion off of fucking anything besides what I choose to base my opinion off of.
And that is America.
And that is the joy of being here. But I think a lot of people just listen to the crowd. And I think it's good to have the hard conversations. Even if you're just in a gaming community. First of all, my stream has been more, like, interested in having some political conversations than
fucking bitch.
A lot of people have.
What's your con? One in con.
Dude.
Dev, come back.
This guy's a pussy. I'm pissed.
Also, I do want to mention that...
Pointing fingers? Nobody's pointing fingers, though. We're just talking.
I do also want to mention that a lot of red states claim they don't want socialism or any government intervention, but 8 out of 10 of the most federally dependent states were heavy Republican. Which means that they are...
I didn't realize I was running into you.
They take more housing vouchers, they take more Medicare, Medicaid, they use the government more than any of the other democratic states. And I think that's something that needs to be educated to be more...
You're in research and educate yourself? No, 100%.
Because they don't understand what socialism is. If they don't want socialism, then, okay, you don't get food stamps, you don't get free education, you don't get highways, you don't get... Literally, you get nothing. Because if you look at communist, super communist countries, obviously that's like North Korea, Russia, all that. There needs to be a mix because, sure, a fully socialist country, I don't want that either. Do I want no socialism? Fuck no.
Let's go up Cat Blue.
I feel like I haven't even...
Investors make? All because of the government.
Brother.
One mid.
But also, I was on food stamps when I was a kid. I mean, fuck. First time I didn't eat anything. You're a fucking cunt. How the fuck did you shoot me like that?
Where?
Bombs down on Cat.
Mid,
Top
mid,
One
I
left.
love that he's moving and hitting me.
1v1.
That guy's a 20% headshot rating and he fucking...
Dude, I'm playing so... I need to focus. What the fuck?
I'm not doing anything.
Probably on holding bench or some shit.
No, I'm playing like shit. I didn't even realize.
It's a long fucking game. AFK?
Shelly, we're literally 16 minutes into the game. What do you mean?
This feels like a stick for
Nice.
My heart sank.
If there's
Honestly,
one
if you lost it,
thing,
I would've been pissed.
if there's one thing I can teach everybody and anybody is to not focus on just your where you lie on the spectrum in terms of politics. Look at everything. Do your research on every side because there are things that I'm sure
You stand right here.
you'll hear 50 different things
At this
about
first bump on this rug where I
on
just
both
shot,
ends.
and you do
Because
a
you could
jump
hear
rope.
so-and-so is doing the worst things and they're really not. Or you could hear the person is doing the least and they're really not.
Someone
There's,
pushed up mid.
there's going to be a narrative on every side, so just do your research. It's a good thing. Educate yourself. It's the great part about being American is that you can vote. You have that right. You're privileged to have that right too. Where you get to decide who
America.
There's two there, two mid, two
can
mid,
be
one's
there.
One top mid, maybe two.
That guy ducked and hit his head so...
One T spawn. T spawn has a op.
It's gonna be up to your left.
Bombs down in T-spawn. What the fuck?
Yeah, try to rotate back. Cat.
Some
One
cat.
T spawn, one cat.
He's gonna have an op, huh?
2 seconds.
Palace.
Hmm.
No, back.
We don't have to source him. Just send it. He has an op.
I hit him? M22, fuck.
Oh, I didn't get to hit him.
Holy,
Someone near
I'm
the
not
drop.
focusing at all.
You said.
Buying for last. Oh.
It is. We have still long to go. Wait, 2 more actually.
Yeah. So this one I wasn't gonna buy, but now I have.
Oh.
I'm at the bottom, not fucking doing. I've died every round.
7 times.
No, I've died every single round. I've been yapping. Doing too much yappy yappa
Are you
and
guys on A?
he's
You were, but not
jungle. With a scout just staring. It's so annoying.
Fucking cunt!
CT.
What did CT have?
Can't fucking focus.
Orb.
No, Andre, I am actually learning the game. So this is day 140.